Let's turn next to Natasa, who's Minister of Energy, Commerce and Industry for the Republic of Cyprus. Over to you, Natasa.
Thank you very much. And first of all, let me say how lovely it is to be here, even virtually, and very sorry that we can't all be in the same room, but this is the next best thing. So thank you for organising, and many thanks to Mr. Fannin for the very constructive start to the discussion. I can only second what he said about collaboration being key to the efforts that we're making to develop the Eastmed gas corridor. It's extremely important for us as Cyprus, being a small country in the region, to achieve this level of collaboration, which has been moving forward and has been developing very, very constructively, I think, through the 3+1 that was mentioned by Mr. Fannin earlier, but also through the EMGF. The Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum was signed only last week, and only 20 months after the initial efforts started to be developed, and of course the important initiative by Egypt. It is extremely important, I think, that all 7 founding countries actually signed the statute of the EMGF, and that is indicative of all the countries' willingness to support this effort and to basically responsibly, sustainably take advantage of the wealth that the region has in terms of the gas discoveries, and also to possibly extend that to other areas as well in the future. So the EMGF is a very important step forward. I think that we will see future developments that will be very useful in terms of the tangible next steps. And of course, we're very much looking forward to the development of many other projects which will be discussed, some of which will be discussed in the context of the EMGF and others bilaterally and trilaterally with regards to both energy, both gas and other forms of energy. For example, two other important projects for Cyprus are the Euro-Asia and Euro-Africa interconnectors, the electricity grids which are going to connect Israel, Cyprus and Greece, and also Egypt, Cyprus and Greece. We're really hoping that Cyprus can play a part in the sharing of resources around the Eastmed, but also with Europe, with Africa and with Asia on a much larger scale. And we hope that this can enable all of the countries in the Eastern Mediterranean region to move towards greener economies where various steps in the strategy will be followed to actually achieve carbon neutrality by 2050, which is actually the goal of the EU. Now, undoubtedly, we've had quite a few challenges emerging from the pandemic, obviously, and the recent and the economic repercussions that it has had, but also the practical repercussions which have made it difficult, at least within 2020, to progress with plans related to our gas discoveries. So, as you know, there was postponement of some of the drills within the program in 2020. However, we really hope that these are not going to affect the overall timeline which we aim to achieve, and for that reason we are in constant communication with all the companies operating within our EEZ to ensure that we can actually go on with the plans that have been that have been put in place for 2021. So with that in mind, we have been working with the companies to develop practical plans in terms of how these drills can take place, given the restrictions that we are facing in relation to the pandemic and the possible scenarios of how it's going to pan out in the next few months. Of course, as was mentioned previously, we also have the important development of Noble's buyout by Chevron, where we await to find out whether this will be finalised and approved by the shareholders, which it will be on the 2nd of October as things stand. So we should have some developments very in the next few days, which hopefully will also be positive in terms of the continuation of our program. So I'll stop there in terms of the introduction and look forward to a very constructive discussion.
Thank you very much indeed, Minister.